It's Saturday morning. You know what that means? It's time for the Remax Magnolia Show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Curtis Pope. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just about off to Hawaii, right? So like tomorrow, I will be, on the beaches.
Okay, so right now here in minus 14 or minus
I don't know.
Something?
Cold enough it hurts.
It does. Toes and fingers.
It's that, that cold that hurts. It's not quite the cold where you take a breath and your nose freezes though, so we got that going for us.
Yeah, your nose hairs, if you have any, they're not freezing yet.
Yeah,
Eyelashes are definitely freezing.
Not
too bad though.
I actually thought it was a good idea to go in the hot tub Thursday night. And
that's always a good idea.
Well, it was great until I realized that my hair was all frozen solid. And my wife comes over and taps me in the head. She goes, "You're frozen." I'm like, "Oh, that's why my head's starting to hurt a little bit. I'm getting a headache."
There is this amazing real estate conference in Banff every 2 years, and they have that outdoor pool, and we were usually there in February, and the outside pool and the hair, it freezes. I wear a snow cap, and then my eyelashes are all frozen, and it's so cool though. Okay, so my nephew and niece got one of those ice tubs for Christmas. And so my sister-in-law, she was using it the other day, and they sent me a photo, and she's like freezing, and then Hal, my nephew's freezing in it, and they're in it in like, and even a couple nights ago, they sent me, that's at their house. So she at home because it's been so cold, she decided to go in shorts and a tank top and take a 5-minute walk outside to try to re-emanate the idea of it.
To pretty much get the same effect.
Yeah, to get the same effect. Crazy, strong, bold.
Well, you've got the slough in front of your house. You can just go jump in that every morning for a cold plunge.
It's dry right now.
You might find
I can't
your
even
cell phone.
ice skate on it right now.
You might find your cell phone.
This would be the time to do that. But yeah, I love the cold weather. You're going to Hawaii?
I am.
This year, I turned the big...
We don't want to talk about that. The big 3-0, I know.
Yeah.
Your Hawaii 3-0 birthday.
Yeah. That's what's happening here. I am doing it. It's not booked yet.
Well,
but
it's the new 30. We'll go with that.
Yes, it's true.
Yes.
And what I would love while I'm there, if I can rent a Don Johnson, the yellow... Was it a 71 Camaro? White interior on the show, on Hawaii 5-0 show?
What did they have on there again? It was a Camaro,
I can't believe I forgot.
Yeah, it is a Camaro.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yellow, white interior. Oh my gosh, convertible. I would love to rent one of those while I'm there. That would be like the icing on the cake.
No, I think you need the Ferrari.
I'd rather have that than the cake.
You need the Magnum PI Ferrari. The old school Magnum PI Ferrari.
Well, that's kind of cool too, but But it isn't like Magnum PI Hawaii. It would be Hawaii 5-0.
Okay. Oh, I follow you.
Yeah.
You mean Hawaii 3-0?
Yes. Thank you for correcting me. You got to keep it real. So today we're going to talk about the stats.
Okay, so I'll take a breather here.
For the real estate. Yes, take a long breath there.
I'll go grab a coffee, maybe take a nap.
Yeah.
Because you've got lots of stats, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, things are exciting. We have the December stats that came out on January 4th. And this is obviously, I was away for a bit. And so I have them to you today. So nothing much has changed since the December stats, as this is the dead of winter. We are right in the heart of it. But as the report says, Fraser Valley closes out 2023 with lowest annual sales recorded in 10 years. So everyone goes, wonder how much the market has changed. Well, you're going to find out year over year. So high interest rates kept a lid on sales and listings in the Fraser Valley in 2023 while holding year over year price growth to low single digits. The Fraser Valley region ended the year with 14,713 sales. Now, you might not know, is that good or is that bad? But that's what was recorded through the MLS, at least. And that is a decline of 4% over 2022 and 23% below the 10-year average. New listings in the Fraser Valley were also at a 10-year low at 8% below the 10-year average. So the composite benchmark home price in the Fraser Valley closed the year at just under $1 million at $988,900. That's down 6% from its 2023 peak in July, but up on the year by 5%. Back-to-back mid-year interest rate hikes slowed the market despite strong sales and new listings in the spring. The left it left the market in overall balance for the latter half of the year, albeit at low levels of activity. We anticipate 2024 will bring increased optimism on behalf of buyers and sellers as the Bank of Canada is expected to lower interest rates before mid-year. So that was a quote from Narinder Bains, which is our chair at the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. And I just was talking last night with a client regarding, what is it's actually an ongoing talk I have every day with somebody. But what's the market looking like? Because there's so low inventory right now, but it looks like we're going to get a lot more on the market. So those who are thinking of waiting until spring maybe get listed before spring. So in February maybe, or even sooner, because right now there's actually some multiple offers happening. In fact, I was supposed to show a condo yesterday in Abbotsford to a client, and they're like, oh, we got multiple offers on it. The night before they told me that. And just yesterday on a Facebook group that I help host, Fraser Valley Real Estate Realtors, and there was realtors going, are you guys seeing multiple offers now on some specific units because of the low inventory? And sure enough, everyone was going, yes, I was just involved with one, or yes, I just had one, or yes, I just heard of 2 other realtors having one. So it's happening with certain products to the market because of the low inventory. For the month of December, the board recorded a drop of 6% of listings, and 17% higher than December of 2022. So a little better than 2022, funny enough, but still a drop. At 942 new listings, dropped by 54% in December, but increased 17% compared to December of 2022. Total active listings in December was a decrease of 25% month over month, but 19% higher than year over year. So with the sales to active listings ratio, it's 18% for December. The overall market closed out the year in balance. Detached houses closed in 2023 with a ratio of 16%, while both townhouses and apartments remained in seller's market inventory at 29 and 26%, respectively. The market is considered balanced when the ratio is between 12% and 20%. And I just had a look, and we're going to go through the stats here, actually municipality by municipality. But before we get to that, just know there's a graph. If you want this whole package, you can look on my website or just ask me for it. But the graph shows that in December, we have become a buyer's market. So we were holding in a balanced market for a while, but we are now a buyer's market. So let's actually show, and overall benchmark prices continued to slide for the 5th month in a row, losing 1.5% compared to November. And that is where it's at now. So single detached homes overall in the Fraser Valley currently are at 1,471,500. And that is a 1.2% decrease compared to November, and an increase of 7.1% compared to December of last year. So townhouses are currently at 826,400 for benchmark price, and that's a decrease of 1.3% compared to the month before, but an increase of 5.3% from the December of 2022. Apartments are at 537,600, and that's a decrease of 1.4% compared to the month before, but an increase of 6.9% compared to the December of 2022. And starting with Abbotsford, detached benchmark prices of homes are at 1,471,500. That's an increase year over year of 7.1%. It's a decrease of 1.2% from November. Townhouses at 826,400. That's an increase of 5.3% from last year, a decrease of 1.3% from the month before. Apartments, 537,600. That's an increase of 6.9% from last year, a decrease of 1.4% from the month before. And actually, sorry, I just read the all areas combined. Delete. Okay, Abbotsford.
Well, don't delete. Just remember that, and then don't go back to it later.
Yeah.
Don't forget what she said. It's still important stuff.
It
She's
is.
Just done it out of order.
That's overall of the Fraser Valley. Now specific to Abbotsford.
There we go.
Just detached houses at 1,167,100. That's an increase of 10.1% from last year. A decrease of just 0.5% from November. Townhouses at 646,800. That's an increase of 2.9% from last year, a decrease of just 0.3% from November. Apartments at 446,400, an increase of 11.3% from last year, and an actual increase of 0.9% from the month before. Mission benchmark prices for detached are at 983,200. That's an increase of 7.7% from last year and just a 0.9% decrease from November. Townhouses at 670,500. That's an increase of 6% from last year and a decrease of just 0.1% from the month before. Apartments at 452,300, and that's an increase of 1% from last year, and it's actually exactly the same as it was in Mission for apartments in November. So Langley, detached benchmark price, $1,606,500. That is an increase of 8.2% from last year and a decrease of 1% from November. Townhouses at 854,500. That's an increase of 5.6% from last year, a decrease of 1% November to December. Apartments at 596,400. That's an increase of 5.2% from last year and a decrease of 1.4% from the month before. So Delta's at benchmark price for detached homes, $1,347,000. That's an increase of 7% from last year and a decrease of 1.2% from November. Townhouses at 907,600, an increase of 10.5% from last year, but a decrease of 0.9% from November. Apartments at 573,400. That's an increase of 5.3% from the year before and a decrease of a 0.5% from the month before. And Surrey. So overall in all of Surrey, we are looking at a detached benchmark price of $1,601,400. That's an increase of 6.4% from last year and a decrease of 1.6% from the month before. Townhouses, $852,800, an increase of 5.4% from last year, a decrease of 1.7% from the month before. Apartments at 529,100, and that's an increase of 5.9% from last year, a decrease of 1.1% from the month before. And that is your municipalities in the Fraser Valley. What's happening today pretty much on the market. These stats are from the end of December 31 of 2023. It's our last month of the year, and we're not too far into January. I can see lots of listings already coming on the market. Later in the next segment, I'm going to share with you a few coming soons, but I'm seeing a lot of activity, a lot of people preparing to list their homes. So.
All right. Sounds good. If people want to see these stats, I know you got them for them. Where do they have to go?
Oh, they can go to michelecummins.ca.
They can.
That would be my website, or remaxmagnoliarealty.com.
I know that one just doesn't flow off the tongue quite yet. You haven't said it enough?
It feels more natural to me, though, than my own name. Is that weird?
A little. Just a little. We'll take a quick break here. We're back with more right after this.